turn our attention to Tamil Nadu election in Tamil Nadu in the next 8 weeks, viewers. And today, actor turned Vijay finds himself at the center of a political storm. And this time it isn't just owing to rhetoric, something that he said. But after the tragedy in Karur, a fresh death at another party rally in Salem has intensified scrutiny on the TVK, on Vijay. On the right of your screens, viewers, grieving relatives. A fan reportedly succumbs to a sunstroke, and rivals of Vijay are calling it negligence, branding the rallies lethal. The opposition has seized on the back-to-back incidents, asking whether crowd management and safety protocols are being sacrificed at the altar of political optics, that they matter more to Vijay than the well-being of all of those who attend his rallies. He can keep them waiting in the sun. Not enough arrangements are made to supply water, relief, maybe even fans and this, that, the other. And again, there is talk, and I'm not saying it, viewers, the opposition are saying it, that the 10,000 cap that has been imposed was violated. So the attendance was much more than 10,000. The DMK says, how many lives will be lost before polls? The ADMK says, carry your coffin for the next Vijay rally. It might sound insensitive, viewers, and probably is. But what they're saying is to people, be prepared for the worst when you go to a Vijay rally. This is direct fear-mongering. BJP says Vijay is not concerned about his supporters. That's arguable, viewers, but these are the kind of accusations that are being made. And they are coming on the day when Vijay was hoping on leaving a very strong impression on the voter. This controversy will rob the sheen of his persuasive attack on DMK Supremo and Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin on a day when M.K. Stalin was using welfare maths to turn this election on its head. In fact, M.K. Stalin has topped up a scheme providing direct benefit transfers to women. Now, you will remember that these schemes have been used in different states, but Stalin sees it as an essential tool to financially empower women. So what has he done? 1.31 crore beneficiaries have been credited. That's 1.31 women beneficiaries. And when money goes into their accounts, that means almost 4 crore people are going to be benefited. Rupees 5,000 has been credited to the accounts and rupees 3,000 advance for the next 3 months, 2,000 summer special assistance, rupees 2,000 monthly aid also raised. So Vijay has dramatically upped the stakes. Dramatically up the stakes because Mr. Stalin has used the Brahma Astra that other political parties have been using. So Vijay now has said that look, this 5,000 rupees cannot erase 5 years of broken promises, and Tamil Nadu's mother don't need last minute charity, they need dignity and respect. Now you can say what you want to, viewers, but election after election, recent election after election has shown that welfare politics specifically aimed at women is a formidable electoral force. From Madhya Pradesh to Maharashtra, cash transfer schemes have coincided with decisive electoral mandates. And viewers, the DMK enjoys a 45%. You can see the most support from female voters. So they are targeting this at their core constituency. The questions remain. Will tragedy derail Vijay's momentum? And are avoidable own goals marring Vijay's path to power or path to power? And can Vijay's persona and connect upset Stalin's welfare arithmetic? Let's ask these questions because, viewers, they're important ones. They could well shape the outcome of this election in Tamil Nadu, which is going to be very crucial from the national perspective. If Tamil Nadu flips, and let's open this up, when Tamil Nadu flips, or if it flips, viewers, the NDA will get a huge shot in the arm. Massive. It will have a massively demoralizing effect. Because the DMK is one of the central pillars to the India bloc. And without that, it will become very, very difficult, viewers, for the opposition to hold the government to account. And that's really what democracy is about, isn't it? So let's open this up. Tenmodi Prasanna, spokesperson of the TMK, is here. Bhanuchandra Nagarajan, political analyst, is here. Sumansi Raman is also here. Now, I want to first begin with Mr. Bhanuchandran. Mr. Bhanuchandran, I want you to put into perspective what is happening here. Is this tragedy, which is the second consecutive one, associated with a rally? The first one doesn't know how that went down with the public. Many people believe that he has been able to shake it off. But a second one, you could pass it off as a coincidence, sunstroke, there wasn't a stampede. But many people will say that perhaps there is something definitively wrong, because there have been other scares. The courts have come out and said TVK rallies can be problematic and so on and so forth. So is this going to change public perception, or is this just going to be sort of seen as an aberration?
Hello, Rahul. See, what is happening in Tamil Nadu is a very close three-way contest. And every news cycle seems to turn this contest and thrust somebody forward. Today, after the 5,000 rupee announcement, we thought the DMK was actually doing quite well. And if somebody heard Vijay's speech, then he thought like TVK was doing well. And then when he had this accident, you wonder like whether TVK has gone back. Or on a normal day, you have many stories of crime and corruption, and you feel that all the anti-incumbency is going to go to the NDA, ADMK plus. So, and also like given the fact that our social media algorithms have understood us quite well, if you're following it through social media, it's very hard to figure out what is happening and which way the tide is turning. So that is the state of affairs there. And if it is a close three-way contest, the only thing that we can say with certainty right now, we are for a couple of months before the election, is that the DMK will find it very hard to like cross the halfway mark or even come to 100, right? And this is the reason why the DMK is panicking and sort of, in a mode where they are actually like resorting to like, aggressive campaigning and, announcements like what we had today. One of the things that analysts and, many survey people actually forget is that there is something called anchoring bias, right? So the DMK scored 38% votes in 2021, and that seems to have anchored people's minds, and they are now trying to figure out how less they can come from 38%. But in 2011, the DMK just scored 22%, right? And given the anti-incumbency, and now they have voters have many choices. They have the ADMK plus NDA, then you have TVK, and also if you go down south, there is an option of NTK, Seaman. So I think there's going to be a substantial reduction of the votes from DMK, and it is looking quite dicey for them, and that is the fact. And you can see it in online chatter as well, where the usual very aggressive memes are coming out from the DMK side, which is being countered by the others. So we are all set for a humdinger of an election.
No, I'm asking you. Look, I mean, all of this. Look, I know that you are somebody who is hoping that the AIDMK can make a mark. So, are we seeing somebody with a slight interest here to promote that point of view and say this is a genuine three-way contest, it's very close, it could swing on 2 or 3% and so on and so forth? Or is Mr. Stalin today, has he sealed it with welfare arithmetic of the kind that we've seen? And I want to bring in Dr. Raman, but just a very quick one from you, Mr. Nagarajan.
So I'll just tell you one factoid, Rahul. The thing is, ADMK Plus is the only coalition right now that can claim a 30% floor. Okay, basically like 20% of ADMK, 5-6% of BJP, 3-4% of PMK, and like 1% from the southern party, right? So I think we have a base of 30%. So it's very hard to dislocate somebody or count them out. So that is, I think, where the ADMK strength is, but they are unable to attract new voters as well. That's also something that has to be kept in mind.
Okay, so hang on, Dr. Raman. And before that, let me just bring in Tenmodi Prasanna, TVK spokesperson. Ms. Prasanna, let me ask you a simple question here. Again, Mr. Vijay finds himself at the center of a political storm. And this time, again a tragedy, again in a rally setting. Is this now becoming a consistent pattern born out of a certain sense of maybe negligence or a kind of entitlement that, look, don't really have to care about my fans? Why is this happening?
First, our deepest condolences to the person who lost his life and the family who is missing him. It is very unfortunate, and we have made all the necessary arrangements, right from ambulance, water, and then the other facilities whichever is needed, and it is like enough space. And in each of the cubicle we have allowed only 50% of occupancy. We have given less than 5,000 passes, like nearly 4,998 passes, and we clearly said that the people who has pass only will be allowed to the venue, and we were very clear about that. What we are trying to say is, like, it is unfortunate, but it is not like solely we are responsible. The person was already having a heart attack earlier, and due to heat stroke it happened. But we have made all the necessary arrangements. We made sure that enough ambulances, enough water, and our cadres immediately helped him, did the first aid, and then we sent him to the hospital. So in that case, it is not a negligence. We really care about the people and the cadres and the fans, whoever coming to the venue. But now it is not more than fans. They are the followers of TVK as a political party, and we have taken the necessary arrangements and we have taken necessary action. So I want to clarify that.
Okay, so you're saying that, look, I mean, it's an unfortunate thing, and we are, of course, very regretful that this has happened, but this was born out of a natural occurrence, really, natural happenstance, nothing to do with us. Dr. Raman, are the voters going to see it this way? Because clearly the AIDMK, the DMK are making this about willful negligence, about a certain disregard, about Vijay seeing himself as a star first and then a sevak or what have you.
Look, Rahul, I think that what happened today is unfortunate, but almost at every major rally, you have people fainting. Tell me, ask them to name 3 or 4 rallies where they have put up some kind of shelter or cover on top. I mean, we saw, for instance, the Prime Minister's rally, we've seen DMK rallies where they have these pandals where people can at least sit. You call people from 7 o'clock in the morning and you turn up at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, people are standing in the hot sun. Why do you do this? And you're not doing it the first time. There was a rally that they held in Madurai where, live images were coming of people just fainting. I mean, and many of them women. So, and what happened in Karur, everybody knows, the whole country knows. So I don't understand this reluctance to organize these things properly. I mean, the state government is also to blame. If as is claimed, there were more than the stipulated number of people at this venue, then you've got to ask the question as to why the police were allowing it, particularly after what happened at Karur. So I think that there is a problem. These are enthusiastic fans who are just turning up in droves to listen to what I don't know. It's basically mostly like a movie script that this gentleman sort of reads
immaterial.
out.
That's immaterial. I'm not saying that everyone else is blessed with eloquence.
No. Actually, we have followed all the conditions which were given by
Madam,
the police.
You just said he died of heat stroke. You just said that he died of a heat stroke.
But it does appear from here that there is no cover. There is no cover. You can see that this is quite bare and it is hot.
So the time mentioned is 12 to 3. We didn't say like from 7 it will start. The time mentioned is 12 to 3 and the event started within the given time, and we gave passes and we say only the people with passes will be allowed.
I don't think all those we're not sitting here. No, hang on, gentlemen. Okay, doctor.
Why can't you hold it in the evening?
Okay, one second.
What is it that
Ms. Prasanna, one second.
Every
Doctor,
rally of TVK has to be held in the middle of the day.
I just want to come in. We're not sitting here in judgment, viewers.
Everything has been in the middle of the day.
No, that's fine. We're not sitting here in judgment. We're only asking simple questions. Are the voters, the prospective voters, going to look beyond these series of tragedies, or are they going to see them as evidence that perhaps Mr. Vijay lacks the administrative acumen? I don't know.
No,
is the
it is
opposition-
clearly no. It is clearly
okay,
no.
fair enough, ma'am. I'm just asking these. I'm just
Madam,
putting
why
them
don't
out
you
there.
hold these rallies in the
Okay, one
evening?
second.
Please
And
answer
secondly,
that one question.
if the opposition,
Every party
if the
holds it in the
opposition is
evening.
being opportunistic and trying to suggest that there was more to this than meets the eye. That having been said, viewers, there is this master stroke that Mr. Stalin has now played. How will that impact this election and the choices that voters are going to make? That is a fundamental question, viewers. In the past, and we've seen a huge number of elections, it can prove to be a lethal weapon.